Playing an EDH deck goes beyond just building it. It's about truly understanding how to use your deck and understanding how your opponents play. In this video, we'll dive deep into both the strategies and political maneuvers essential for excelling at EDH. From mastering your deck's mechanics and navigating complex alliances and rivalries, I'll provide you with all the insights you need to elevate your game. One of the most crucial strategies is politics. Effective political play can often be the deciding factor between a win and a loss, especially in multiplayer scenarios. It all starts with building alliances. These alliances should be seen as more than mere friendships. They are your strategic tools. Offering a favor like not attacking a certain player, sparing their key permanents, sharing extra resources like group hug, or teaming up against a common threat can create powerful bonds. However, always be cautious and know when to dissolve these alliances before they turn against you. You can do this by setting it up for how many turns are feasible for you while you build up and allows you to get into a much better position. For example, you might say, as long as you don't attack me for the next 3 turns, I won't kill your commander. This sets a clear timeline and mutual benefit and allows you to have less opponents that can possibly attack you. This can also help you out when you're very low in life and ensures you stay alive. Encourage allies to share what they know under the guise of formulating joint strategies, but be cautious not to divulge too much about your own position unless absolutely necessary. Recognizing when to push threats and when to lay low is another crucial skill. If you become too dominant early on, you might find yourself facing a coalition of your opponents. Balancing threat levels like knowing when to play your high impact cards such as Dockside Extortionist can keep you from being the table's main target. Know when to cast spells or activate abilities and wait for your blue opponents to tap out so your spell has to resolve. Negotiation and deception are tools in your arsenal. Using a card like Mystical Tutor can be a moment to negotiate. Let others know you're fetching a defensive tool even if you're not, to reduce their guard or sway their plans. Similarly, bluffing about having counterspells or removal can deter opponents from committing heavily against you. Using deception in EDH can be compared to playing poker. Sometimes simply holding mana open is enough to dissuade opponents from making aggressive plays. In poker, players often bluff or mislead others about the strength of their hands to influence their opponent's decisions. Similarly, in EDH, you may bluff about the spells you have or mislead others about your intentions to sway their actions and protect your actual strategies. Remember to develop your poker face. This strategy can save you from dying and may end up giving you the win. A critical skill in EDH is managing your threat level to avoiding drawing unwanted attention from opponents. If you play too aggressively early on, it can backfire, leading to a united front against you. That's why balancing your threat perception is essential. It involves knowing when to take bold actions and when to hold back. For example, if you start building a board state with a rapid influx of creatures or a quick surge in card advantage, other players might view you as a significant threat. This could prompt them to focus their attacks or removal spells against you, leading to a quick downfall. Instead, aim for a more measured approach. Play high impact cards strategically and avoid showing off all your powerful cards at once. This way, you keep other players guessing about your true potential, reducing the likelihood of you becoming an immediate target. Another effective way to manage your threat level is to maintain a low profile while you're building up your resources. Consider playing incremental advantage cards like mana rocks or smaller utility creatures. They don't scream imminent danger. These type of plays can help you build a strong foundation without drawing too much attention. Timing is another crucial factor. Instead of playing your best cards immediately, wait for a moment when other players are occupied with their own strategies or when someone else has become the focus of the game. By doing so, you avoid becoming the primary target and can reserve your resources for when they have the greatest impact. For example, playing Risk Study early can give you significant card advantage. However, deploying it too late might not yield enough benefit as opponents might be prepared to pay the extra mana to avoid giving you cards. Reacting versus proacting. Decide whether to play reactively, waiting for opponents to act before you respond, or proactively, setting the pace and forcing others to respond to you. For instance, playing a board wipe after an opponent deploys several creatures is more beneficial than playing it whenever. Timing in EDH is like timing your sprint in a long distance race. If you sprint too early, you might burn out and lose the race because you can't maintain the pace. Similarly, if you reveal your strengths too early in EDH, you might find yourself exhausted of resources. Timing your key plays correctly ensures that you have the stamina or resources to finish strong. Focus on making small incremental gains throughout the game. Over time, these can add up to an overwhelming advantage that is hard for opponents to reverse. Then once you have gained control of the game, you can play your more powerful cards to finish off the game. Additionally, use diplomatic approaches to shift focus away from yourself. This can involve pointing out other threats or aligning with players who are less likely to target you. The goal is to make sure that when conflicts arise, you're not the center of them. By carefully managing your threat level, you can stay in the game longer, allowing for your strategy to unfold at your own pace without drawing excessive heat from your opponents. Ultimately, this approach can lead to a greater success in EDH games by keeping you off the road while you prepare to make your move. One powerful strategy is diversifying your threats. Instead of relying on a single type of threat, spread your power across different card types and strategies. This makes it harder for your opponents to focus on countering you and provides you with multiple avenues to victory. Weakening all your opponents allows them to be a nice easy sweep in one turn. Try attacking different players each turn or attack everyone, but keep in mind about opponents that oppose you. If they really are messing with your game plan, you can weaken their board or even eliminate them from the game. In EDH, your opponents can be as crucial as knowing your deck. Understanding their playstyle, key cards, and strategic tendencies can give you a significant advantage in the game. Start by observing their interactions during early turns. What type of mana base do they have? Which cards do they prioritize? And how aggressive are their opening moves? This information can help you anticipate their future plays and adjust your strategy accordingly. Also, listen to their table talk. It often provides you insights into their intentions or reveals potential alliances. Keeping track of what opponents play from their hands in the graveyard gives you clues about their deck structure and potential combos. By learning your opponents, you can identify undercover threats, forge alliances, and exploit their weaknesses, all while staying clear of becoming a threat yourself. This doesn't just affect one game, but it helps you protect your playgroup each time you play with them, no matter the deck. This understanding can guide your political moves, ensuring that you're always one step ahead in the shifting landscape of an EDH game. You want to know how to influence and anticipate other players' actions. For example, if you notice two players gearing up for conflict, you might choose to support one, ensuring their victory but also their dependency on your future turns. This tactic not only keeps you in control, but it also minimizes the threat against you by focusing conflicts elsewhere. You can accomplish this by saying, "Looks like player X is building a dangerous board. Should we do something about it?" This sparks a reaction without implicating you as the instigator. Manage your mana efficiently by avoiding a full tap out, ensuring you have enough reserves for crucial counterspells or instant speed interactions. Achieve this by carefully observing your opponents for cues about their next moves, like whenever they seem to be setting up for a big play. It's also wise to hold back from casting all your best spells, keeping some mana available for later turns. While this might sometimes leave you with unused mana, the physiological effect of leaving a couple islands untapped can be powerful, instilling caution in your opponents who might think twice before making aggressive plays against you. Stack interactions. In EDH, many interactions happen on the stack. Timing your spells and abilities to interact favorably on the stack can often be the difference between a good play and a game-winning one. Knowing when to cast a spell during an opponent's turn can disrupt their plans more effectively than doing so on your own turn. You don't have to play an instant or a card with flash if you have open mana. Only play it if you can catch an opponent off guard, or it seems to be a plausible play. Practice recognizing stack priorities and anticipating what opponents might do when you play a spell. This gives you a significant edge in controlling how events unfold. As we explore today, excelling at EDH is more than just understanding the rules or having a powerful deck. It's about mastering a combination of strategic planning, tactical execution, and political savvy. By optimizing resource management, leveraging your commander's synergies, and adapting your playstyle to evolving game state, you can significantly enhance your performance. Remember, the art of EDH also involves assessing threats wisely, occasionally using strategic misplays to your advantage, and continuously seeking incremental gains that lead to victory. Moreover, it's critical to engage in physiological warfare to influence your opponent's decisions subtly and to always have a contingency plans ready for an unexpected turns of the game. These strategies are not just about playing the cards, they're about playing the players in the situation, turning potential setbacks into opportunities for triumph. I hope you found these strategies useful, and if you want to improve your commander skills even more, don't forget to subscribe for more EDH insights and tactics.